Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happenings today. Another Monday in Southeast, but as we speak right now, it looks like we're having conflicting report coming from both the security personnel staying in Southeast and the governors of Southeast, especially the chairman of the Southeastern Governors Forum. It looks like they now have an idea or full knowledge of what is going on when it comes to the issue of insecurity in Southeast, and definitely it looks like the indigenous people of Biafra may not be in the center of it all. Well, before we go to the newspaper to find out what is going on in Southeast and why the governors are standing in or standing for their people as against the report being given by the security agencies, we'd like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Well, according to the news, the governor of Ebonyi State, David Umahi, has accused the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and unidentified senator and officers of the Nigerian police of carrying out shooting in the state. Quite different from the usual IPOB. Okay, addressing a congregation during church service at a chapel in Government House at Bakeleke, the governor, who thanked God for successful visitation of President Muhammad Buhari last week, said the shooting reported while the president was on ground was not carried out by the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB. According to him, members of the opposition party and thugs of a sitting senator were responsible for the shooting. Recall that there were pandemonium at the Ebonyi State People's Democratic Party (PDP) secretariat on Tuesday following a heavy shootout by unidentified UGM operating along the busy Enugu-Abakaliki Express Road. The governor stated that there has been shooting around the secretariat for the past 2 weeks, vowing that he would seal off the facility if there's another one. He said, and I quote him, "There were even questions as to why there was no announcement of IPOB about the president's coming. The answer is, I don't know. Refer the matter to God. Everything worked out perfectly well, and that could only come through fasting and prayers. There was a report of shooting. The shooting was done by the PDP people, shooting at the secretariat for the past 2 weeks. They have been shooting in that area. Is that how they want to contest and win elections in Ebonyi State?" He queried. He alleged that UGM, who recently moved against the police station in Easy South and North, were caught with instruments belonging to the police and a vehicle carrying a senator's name and PDP logo. Hey! When the police stations were moved against in Easy South and North, the police guns were missing. When the problem continued, one of the thugs were arrested with a bust of a senator painted in PDP color with his name boldly written on it. Boldly written on it. Do you know what was discovered? Among other things were instruments that was also used for the security personnel. Used by the security personnel. How can you come to a state and you will be misbehaving, causing insecurity as if there is no government, and you are carrying police people, and then your talks are doing all sorts of mayhem and insecurity, causing insecurity everywhere? It won't happen again, he added. My God, quite an interesting one, I must say, to say that is even the sitting governor that is exonerating again the indigenous people of Biafra. I guess their prayers have been answered every day. Every time Ima Powerful, the spokesperson to the indigenous people of Biafra, each time they keep hearing things that has to do with chaos and security in Southeast, he will always come around and debunk, said, we, the indigenous people of Biafra, ably led by our leader, our indefactible leader, and all that, Mazen Namdekan, and all that, and all that. And people were thinking it's the usual rhetorics, it's the usual talk. They keep denying it, knowing fully well that they're the one, but they kept on standing strong on the allegations, insisting that they're not the one, and these are just a case of calling the dog a bad name just to nail him, just to chain him and all that. But eventually It looks like the chief security officers of each state. It all began with Hope Uzodinma, the governor of Imo State, when he eventually opened up and said, "Look, this state we keep shouting that the security should come around. It's not IPOB." Now, in recent past, the presidency via the mouth of Shehu Gaba rather had said something very unique. So Shehu Sani, the senior special assistant to the president on media, said something unique during the UK issue about prescribing IPOB. Eventually, this whole thing is playing out almost simultaneously within a week. One, they kept on insisting IPOB is involved in the issue of insecurity, and the governor of Imo State exonerated them sometime 2 weeks ago, about a month thereabout. Now, but the state governor himself is also exonerating him, saying, "Look, this got nothing to do with IPOB. That this is opposition. This is political thuggerism. This is political thugs and politicians trying to cause insecurity and mayhem in the state." Now again, IPOB is exonerated. And that's to show you that those taking note should now begin to notice, should now begin to take note that this issue of UGM may not be an arm of IPOB. Everybody keeps saying UGM, it's an arm of IPOB, but even in my powerful and some of the prominent agitators will keep telling you that they have their ESN and their ESN are always in the bush. When you see some of these talks, it's definitely not them. But people find it difficult to believe because they've always said that they wanted out of the country, they want to leave, and they want referendum. So the people just felt the level of insecurity being caused should be traceable to them. But truth is beginning to come out. The question is, why is it taking sitting governors a long time? Why is it taking them time when it's close to election period for them to begin to open up to what is going on? Okay, why is it now when it is countdown on 2023 elections, that's when they're not opening up and exonerating their children, the indigenous people of Biafra, their brothers and their uncles, as the case may be, that they're not the one in charge or they were not the one behind the issue of insecurity in the Southeast? Well, it's better late than never. It's good to know that even the chairman of the Southeastern Governors Forum have again exonerated indigenous people of Biafra. I hope going forward that this particular confession may be maintained. All right, and then again, if you ask me, if it's a political insecurity or a politically induced insecurity, then by all means they should find a way around it so that the common man, the average Igbo man living in the Southeast, or the average man living in the Southeast, doesn't have to necessarily have to be an Igbo man, should find safety and should be secured in the state and do his business normally. We shouldn't go about this. Well, going forward, this is good news to note that everyone should be feeling safe in Southeast, in as much as the chief security officer have identified the cause of the insecurity. I think he should go ahead and tackle it and ensure that individuals and citizens are safe in Southeast. That's not going to wrap with congratulations to those who have been insisting that IPOB is innocent. This chief security officer of Ebonyi State and even Imo State have again confirmed and collaborated that they are not the ones behind insecurity, but rather the opposition party. But then again, we do not know how true that is. Let's interact in our comment section. What's your take?